Alright, what is up guys, Skull Silent Bricks here, and we're going to be taking a look at the Brickforge Shock Trooper Annihilator Value Pack, and it is by Brickforge. So you would have seen that I got this in my Skull Asylum hauls number 2, as well as this Spartan armor here, and some really cool freebies. So I've never ordered from Brickforge before. I really wanted to for a long time, and I felt like now was a good time because of what's going on, and me being in quote unquote quarantine and self isolation. um and me getting back into Lego, I think now was a really good time to get back into this. So I decided to order it, and I was looking through because I knew that for my sig fig I wanted to get a version of this armor because I'm a huge fan of Halo and I love the ODSTs. I love the Spartans, but I love the ODSTs more because they're not, super powered like the Spartans are, and they're really stealthy and stuff like that. And I actually have a 1/18 scale team that I built in the span of like a year or two called Company 76, and I will be putting a video up showing those off on my other channel, Action Figure Attic 112. So if you're into action figures and you want to see that, check that out. So now getting that out of the way, and let me get wild style out of the way here. Let's take a look at this pack. So you get, of course, the armor here, and you also get 6 different weapons. You get 3 melee weapons, and you get 3 guns. So we're going to be taking a look at that. So I think we'll take a look at the melee weapons first. So the first weapon here is the spike grenade. Of course, if you played Halo, you know that this is a weapon in the game, and that the brutes are most commonly using these. So really cool. It does fit in their hands. It does fit in a minifigure's hands. I'm actually going to use this nearby astronaut here. Don't know why he'd have this, but that's what it looks like in his hand. So there's that. You also get a Gears of War style Mad Max looking weapon here. It's got a blade on one side and a saw blade on the other, and it's got like a knuckle knife going on there. So, and then some more things going on there. So I think this is from Gears of War, and that's what that looks like. So it's an interesting weapon. I'm not sure where I will use this. However, it is a cool weapon. And then the other handheld weapon is this right here, which is a machete. And that just plugs into his hand like that. And as you can see, nothing's falling out, nothing like that. So the friction is really, really good. And then we'll move on to the guns here. So this is, of course, the Magnum from Halo. And if you want to see how that looks, just plug it into his hand. And it looks really good. It's good. I like it. The other weapon is the SMG that you'll find the ODSTs using almost every mission. All ODSTs carry this. This is like their go-to weapon. And there are 2 variations of this SMG. There's the one with the silencer, and then there's one without. And this is the one that you saw Master Chief holding in Halo 2 on the box, or the game cover. This is what he was holding. He was holding 2 of these. And if you want to see how that looks, there's this, and it looks good. But I think it's going to look better once we get into the armor here. And then the final weapon is this, which is really, really strange. that it came with him, but I guess because there was that other weapon. But this is a Gears of War weapon. This is the chain gun, I believe is what it's called. And the reason why it's called that is because the bottom part here is a chainsaw. And then, of course, the top part is a machine gun. And I think Brick Arms sells a version of this gun where it just looks like this and it doesn't have the blade on it. However, I think it looks cooler with the blade. It's cool that they actually painted it. It's really nicely painted. And that's someone who, custom paints action figures and stuff. So, yeah, really nicely done. And this is what it looks like in a minifigure's hands. So, I am really happy with how that looks. Looks good. And I think you could actually get them to like hold it on the side here, like ready to chop someone's head off. I just had it earlier with the my other. I don't know how I did it, but I know I did it with the other one's hands. I don't know. I guess you could just have them hold it like this and then just or something. I don't know. But that is pretty much all of those weapons. So I'm gonna let the astronaut do his thing over there, and we're gonna take a look at the main selling point of this, which is the ODST armor. So this is what it looks like on a minifigure. All you need to do to take it off is basically just pop the head off and take this off. And this is what it looks like. It looks really good. It fits really well on the body, even with the utility belt, which this pack does not come with this, but I recommend you buy one of these if you do get this or the Spartan armor, because you can fit quite a few weapons on here. There's 4 slots here, so you can actually fit the Brick Arms stuff in there, like shotguns, machine guns, pistols, revolvers, stuff like that. You can fit in here because these are actual rubber, so you can do that. But getting into the detail and stuff, this looks really, really good. The red looks beautifully done. The white on here and that skull is looking beautiful. And of course, I'm Skull Silent Bricks, so of course I need to have a skull on my sig fig, as well as the armor that my sig fig is going to be rocking in my, my mock. So there's that. Now we're going to take a look at the helmet. So I'm just going to pop my little beanie off there, and I'm going to put this on. And this looks pretty epic. I like it a lot. It looks pretty tight. You have the whited out visor there with the skull right there, and then the teeth, and then the red going through the top there. I love that because I get some NASA vibes from that, because Buzz Aldrin had the commander line on his helmet in the Apollo 11. So I think that's really cool, and that kind of pays homage to me being a huge nerd of NASA. So that's pretty much that. Now, if you want to see a comparison to some of their other armor, here it is next to my Spartan here, who is actually Wild Style. But that is what that looks like. I think these look really, really good next to one another. I think this is a little bit more detailed, but I plan on hitting this up with some paint to get it feeling a little bit more like Wild Style. And let me grab the SMG real quick just to show you what that looks like. And that looks pretty epic, so I like that. So overall, I think this was a really good deal for this particular pack. I love it. And that's pretty much my review of the the Brickforge Annihilator pack. So I definitely recommend getting it if you're into this stuff. And Skull Silent Bricks out.